to have his opponent basically walk into them. The problem X is, is if you whiff too much against Bison, if you get crush countered, you just straight up die.
Yeah, this is the thing. We were saying that earlier on with Tachikawa as well. The problem X is Bison just deals so much damage, so you have to make sure you don't get caught too early, or else it's going to be really hard for you to make a comeback. And as I say that, Problem X already doing the work here in the corner, and NEPHEW having such a tough time resisting.
Ugh, so much pressure as well. All right, Pinwheel busts him out right now. Need to represent that nice and early. The light release gets the cover, but Problem X checking for that drive rush. He is so incredibly ready.
Damn, that was quick. Blink and you'll miss it.
For sure. There were some small interactions, though, that really are cluing you in on NEPHEW not being on the ready either. We saw the perfect parry in the corner on the mine, right? Keeping these resources as high as possible, like as you can in a situation like this. Good bait.
Yeah, there he is.
No
he
reversals,
was ready
baby.
This time. No need for reversals. He's got Problem X now in the corner. One thing I've noticed, too, is that NEPHEW in neutral doesn't press that many buttons. He's very efficient with the button he presses. He's just letting Problem X throw his options at him and reacting. And I think if you're scared of the Bison damage a little bit, that's your best bet, really.
Definitely. And yeah, again, this just shows how NEPHEW prepared absolutely excellently with all of this data presented in the weekend. This was really, really cheeky here. NEPHEW going to that max range, getting that second Fuha stock primed and ready, and giving himself some more resources. Problem though is I see him clamoring here for the pressure, because NEPHEW has spent a lot of drive bar. Oh my days! Live the level 3 this early into the sets.
Cash it out, my guy. Cash it out. It's gonna come back, but the round will not.
Let it rock.
Get
the stomp, get the backdash as well. DI for the burn. Now NEPHEW suddenly completely on top. The birds are swinging, and NEPHEW should be able to get this final interaction.
Yeah, let's see. Problem X has a CA to work with, so he could rack up damage very quickly. But NEPHEW with the instant air overhead. Nice interaction. Nice awareness with that. Damn, Problem X not reacting to those DIs at all.
It's really, really interesting, because we've seen Problem X at least 2 times on this stage during this top 8 perfectly react to the DIs, and this really speaks to the offensive rhythm that NEPHEW is already representing. Again, it's always been very erratic and adjusted to his opponents, but man, seeing it live right here, that's kind of rough. That was a nasty combo. That was so cool.
Yeah, those combo videos, man, they're here at Mixup as well. Yeah, Problem X, you know, the only thing you had to do really in this round is just catch NEPHEW in the air with the air-to-air, and then it was all Problem's way.
Absolutely.
Just one interaction is all it took. And I think that's one of Problem X's strength as well, is how he's able to cash in into the very little opportunity he gets. You know, see one opening, and look at the corner carry, look at the damage already. Going to cash out the level 2 to make sure he gets the life lead early on, still in the corner as well. NEPHEW having such a hard time resisting right now. Can Problem X close it out? Yes, he can with the perfect. Talk about sending a message.
7 letters coming through here. The second game going the way of the Problem. And NEPHEW, he really wants to be the solution, but man, does he have to solve for X right now? Yeah,
he's going to have to work really hard to be the solution.
You have to show your work. You have to show your work for these solutions, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, Problem X just, again, like you said about NEPHEW earlier, Problem X not scared to throw these normals as well. Be like, okay, you want to control the space, want to control the rhythm? So do I, and I do have the buttons to do so.
Tries to get a little bit cheeky with that Devil's Reverse, and NEPHEW. Oh my days.
What the damage. Jeez.
This character, man. He's just a sledgehammer. He's such a sledgehammer. It's so funny, because in Street Fighter 4, he was like death by 1,000 cuts, right?
Very true.
And now in 6, he just comes in, slams your face against the wall, and you
just
die.
Like one big giant cut, and that's it.
gorgeous Psycho Crusher here
Yeah.
from Problem. We saw this against Kusanagi too.
Yeah, he's so good
yeah,
with
yeah,
this.
yeah. He really, really is.
Even from full screen, sometimes like that. You're not whiffing a button against me. I have a full screen punish, and you're gonna eat it.
He is primed. He is ready. He is Problem X. Nephew
Yeah, look
starting
at
to
it.
falter under these blows.
Yeah, the rhythm is so different from two players. You got Nephew trying to make every button count, being really efficient with the normals, whereas Promex is just throwing things at him and see how he reacts. Look at the pressure, even from mid-screen. You can see how many buttons Problemx is throwing at Nephew just to make sure that Nephew doesn't have time to breathe. Beautiful, again, catching Nephew in the air. Those neutral jumps have been killing Nephew so far.
Absolutely, and it's really interesting because the common wisdom is to neutral jump a lot against Bison, right?
Very
Call
true.
out the scissors, call out the Psycho Crushers, but yeah, Problem X already showed up with that layer 1 solution. Nephew though,
Woohoo!
finding a nice punish counter.
Nice.
Back to mid screen with the level 1. Haha.
Oh, careful with the burnout though,
Uh-oh.
because Problemx is going to love that. Okay, level 2. Let's see what's going on.
Yes, a bait here. Tandem engine humming, going on. Finally, finding
we
a
go,
counter
here
hit.
we go.
Problem X needs to deal with this. This is absolutely oppressive.
Oh,
Welcome to
wow.
Anime Town, baby.
Okay, gonna have
Bong!
the resources, but just a little too late. Nephew with the crazy pressure. I love how he uses level 2.
I'm so happy because we talked a little bit about this. Nephew, I think it was 2 years ago on Evo, lost because he wasn't quite able to use the tandem engine. And since then, he has just been absolutely honing this ability. And it's one of my favorite level 2s to watch here.
Yeah, me too. I was so glad they put it back in Street Fighter 6. I really missed it from Street Fighter 5. Not exactly working the same way as in Street Fighter 4. And now Nephew leading the way with the level 1. Oh, the nasty, nasty low here. And Nephew with the perfect to his name. Don't count him out just yet.
And this is where it starts getting dangerous because, again, Nephew is somebody who needs to adjust to his opponent, and then he shoves up the glasses and is like, all right.
Just like that, see? He's like, okay, knowledge time. Okay, got the knowledge.
Data.
Here we go, data.
Data collected, download complete. That's it. This is the most dangerous part when you play against a player like Nephew. Problem needs to find a way to, like, not over-adapt, right? But find a way to bust through the conditioning that Nephew has deployed unknowingly. Problem, though, running into that perfect parry. But the start of this round looked really, really good. But the burnout has been achieved now. There's that cross-cut. That's a Nephew classic.
Yeah, Nephew classic indeed. Definitely the start of the round going Problem X's way, but now that he's in burnout, Nephew's going to have a field day pushing him into the corner, not quite able to get the stun with the drive impact, but Nephew on the offensive. Problem X, though, capitalizing on just his resources coming back at just the right time.
Very nice here. Again, good awareness from Problem X too. Watching out for these whiffed dive kicks. Nephew hasn't used the dive kick too much, right? Like
not really.
The most usage that we normally see is the instant overhead, into the OD dive kick.
The dive kick, yeah.
Exactly. Nephew, hold up, Feng Shui. We
Feng
do be
Shui.
roaring.
We do be feng shuiing the engine at the moment.
Problem's defense is absolutely incredible.
It's out of this world,
On
man.
the last possible hit, Nephew still is able to get a little bit of damage here. Drive rush going in. Hold up. That sounds like a misinput. A Problem ready to pounce. Hold up.
With the bomb as well. Now, Nephew has to be really careful because as soon as the bomb is planted, do it again. No, he didn't. Thought he was going for another throw, but look at the pressure. And now Nephew's defense has to be rock solid, cannot crumble. What is going to happen after that level 3? One more interaction could do it. Nephew still level 1 to work with. Oh, this is so close.
The light release covering him as well, but Nephew has no more budget for mistake. Needs to be careful.
Oh,
Devil
reverse! Wow.
No.
Problem X has been unbeatable when it comes to air-to-airs and air approach.
He really has been.
Damn, you cannot jump on this man. You can't jump at all, as a matter of fact.
It's already game 5, by the way. This is feeling so fast, but there is so much happening at the same time. Problem X spending the majority of his drive bar on the first 10 seconds. Shout out to Noah the Prodigy.
Yeah, I mean, I said yesterday that it must have been an American thing to be able to play so well under burnout, but I guess it's a thing in the UK as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's there to spend it, you know?
It's there to spend it, yeah. Very, very nicely put.
May as well. Back throw to the corner. Nephew goes for the DI, trying to call out a stand heavy punch before the drive gauge goes back. Reversal spent up as well. How is Problem already burnt out again?
Yeah, I mean, he's been spending the slitter. Oh my gosh. But still, I mean, even when Feng Shui Engine's activated, Problem's defense is just so rock solid that he's like, you know what? Okay, I'm burnt out. It's going to come back. I'll just wait.
Absolutely. He's the level 1 to get us all the way to the corner here after doing the splits on top of Problem. Lots of pressure going on. The challenge gets him out, but the pinwheel puts him straight back.
Yeah, I got to be careful. Pays the toll to get out of the corner. Nice stuff here from Problem X. Gonna take the punish counter throw, though. Big damage, incoming. Oh, he tried for the slide, and Nephew was ready. How are you ready when he didn't ever slide in the history of ever?
It's all right.
He never did. How were you ready?
I'm telling you, it's the flow. It's the flow. He's feeling. He's aligning to the stars right now. It is the double Luigi Nephew. Finding the first hit, putting Problem X into the corner. We might have finally found the solution. Fuha stock is there, but now Problem X ready to pounce. Level 3 coming in. Refill that drive gauge.
Yeah, and he's going to cash out to rack up as much damage as he can earlier on. So now Nephew has to be the one finding the solution, whereas Problem X can just wait it out, apply pressure, wait for Nephew to make a mistake. And so far, Nephew's been backing himself up in that left corner. Oh, finally, it finally worked! It finally worked! Nephew believed, and he had all the right to.
Level 3 coming through here. Problem going to be either burnout or... I think that's a burnout here, right?
Yeah,
no!
on the brink.
No! It doesn't matter! It doesn't matter! Sometimes something as simple as a meaty low forward will do it. Nephew moving on to grand finals.
Incredible stuff from Nephew. The guy was just ready for everything. I mean, that slide, how did you see that coming?
Man, he really did solve for X in the end. He knows.
Yeah, he knows. Again, data-driven and then just goes with the flow. Incredible stuff from Nephew, and as I see it in the chat, problem solved.
The problem hasn't been complete.